Hello, for more welcome to Invest. Talk about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's data items only, the investment top today would be three specific cryptocurrencies: Cardano, Solana, and XRP. With respect to the overall crypto market today, is relatively red. Besides Solana, it seems like there's a media affectation and a specific catalyst driving some surge today. So I'm gonna go through each one specifically to see how we're trending so far, right? And what the right way for us to risk mitigate and risk control going forward. So starting from the first one, Solana, it seems like we are, normalizing. We have been normalizing for quite some time now, ever since the 16th, technically about 10 days ago, and ever since then we had that surge all the way to the $84 mark, which was basically the new paradigm if you talk about in the cheat sheet perspective. Then ever since then we're kind of just like in the complacency stage, and what we're seeing right now, it's probably a foreshadow of some sort of a dead cat bounce or bull trap, if you may. And I think with respect to the current level, is it sustainable for us to keep leap up and away? I think it would be. I think we are already seeing that right now, and I think for us to get to the above momentum of $84 mark would be unlikely. So what I see going forward is that we might see a surge, and I think we are normalizing from the surge. We hit all the way at today sometimes, close to about $80, but we couldn't break it. You can see that mini candle right here. That I think as a subsequent step, knowing the fact the weekend is coming, and the likelihood actually keeps surging up, the monetary circulations has to come from somewhere to incentivize another surge would be unlikely. So the probability of actually going back down, knowing the fact that the whales have bought in around the recent levels of 44 all the way to the pump to 68, would be incentivized for them to sell, right? And I think the next level that I do want a dollar cost average at would be the 44. And then subsequently the yellow zone, which is the level I personally would be buying at 38, 33, and 27 respectively. So XRP, the next one, would be it seems like we had that cat bounce, like which is the level that we saw the subsequent leap up. We tried to break above the $1.40, but we couldn't get there. And if you take a look at it, this is basically a platform that we had that canceled out every single time, right? So right now we just leap up and away, trying to break it, but we couldn't get there. And when you couldn't get there, the next level of substantiveness is technically $1.08, which is exactly how it played out. If you look at the technicals that we talked about yesterday, it is exactly playing out the way that we expected. And I'm not a wizard. Again, this is just me reading the chart on what it's telling me, right? And we recently formed a death cross at the same time, so I think the likelihood of actually going back down to $1.01 would be likely. But knowing the fact that RSI is slowly normalizing in the mid level right now, so that's a good sign. I think we might fall down to $1 and then recuperate from there, which wouldn't be surprising to me. However, we have to be watching out for the cycle, right? Knowing the fact that we have endured such a long surge ever since the 20th, which is the B Word Summit, timing, and ever since then we've been surging up. So potentially getting down all the way to like the $78 level, which ideally, or the 88 would be the bottom, technically, as we further raise the sell-off or the curvature that we're seeing in front of us right now. And then the next one would be Cardano. So Cardano seems like we are following the trends, but it seems like there isn't we had hit the paradigm of almost $3, which is the level identified before, right? As a $3, the $2 mark, the $1 mark, those are flat numbers that people typically would like to liquidate or put the sell order. It seems like people would try to practice some sort of a conservatism, not selling at $3 exactly, but selling close to $3. And subsequent to that, you see the sell-off coming. But I think as we hit the $2 and I think the level would be $2.40, we might see a little surge up again just to like recuperate some momentum, knowing the fact that we are depleting on our RSI level right now, and there are investors that are long-term holders that are bullish on Cardano that are incentivized to buy once we hit closer to the flat number, or like anywhere from like $2.50, which is a flat number technically, right? And we might recuperate from there and go up halfway, but we would not be able to get there because we need to be further incentivized. On top of the fact that MACD is already slowly crossing or fusing together as a and as they cross is a death cross. That's a bearish sign on top of the drag up we've had already. So the probability actually continue to leap up to keep going above $3 would be unlikely, and I think the likelihood of actually coming back down to cool down this whole surge that we've endured so far would be around like $1.87, $1.45. But for me, I would practice patient and just buy at the more substantive level, the ideal level in the yellow zones, right? So taking a look at the cheat sheet again, it seems like 2 out of 3 are in the complacency zone. And I think with respect to Cardano, we are still we're selling off, but we're gonna need to kind of bounce up a little bit to match with the complacency, right? Or basically, people are psychologically self-correcting themselves that, oh, we're just gonna be cooling off. It's not gonna be a sell-off going. We are just hoping to reach that next all-time high as we are consolidating. But if you know and you follow the charts and how the MACD and the RSI is telling us right now, that's not the story that is telling me right now. Again, I don't really have bias, right? And I'm not an investor in all three of them. But two of them tell comparable stories, but Cardano is telling a little bit of different story. Seems like there's a lag between the three. But long term wise, if you're buying at the current level, that's something that is up to your risk aversion. And these are the levels that I will be dollar cost averaging at, for me, based on my risk assessments and my conservative type of way of approaching investing, right? So again, $1.28, $1.14, $1.05 for Cardano, 33.27 for Solana, and 88, 69, and 57 for XRP. So hopefully this is helpful. And feel free to give me a shout if you have any specific questions, right? They are comparable in a way, knowing the fact they have all reached paradigm already, but they are, in terms of how the movie is going to play out, it's not going to be in the same correlating order. Cardano again is a lagging behind, if you may, right? So hopefully this is helpful, and stay tuned for this to come out. Take care. Bye.